What's up, soldiers? Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com. As promised, when we did the pepper calamari, I was going to drop the salt and pepper calamari. So here's where we are today. Stay tuned, you're going to love this one, man. I got my saucepan here on a medium flame, dry, nice and warm. And to that, a tablespoon of black peppercorns and a tablespoon of Sichuan peppercorns. And all we want to do is move that around to lightly toast it. And if you're based in Canada and you're looking for the Sichuan peppercorns, the one place I found it was at the bulk barn. So check the bulk barn. I'm just going to keep moving that around a little bit on that heat there. And by toasting it, we're just going to waken up all those lovely flavors of the peppercorns. It won't take long, just a couple minutes, just till everything is nice and fragrant. Set that aside. So we put that into the mortar and pestle. We've got some sea salt. And what we want to do now is, using a pestle, crush everything. And basically all you're trying to do is get everything into a powder. I use Himalayan pink sea salt kind of thing, pink salt, but you can use any sort of sea salt that you have on hand. It will take a couple minutes. If you wanted to put it into a spice grinder, I'm sure a spice grinder will work as well, but I just love my mortar and pestle. Took a couple minutes. I'll show you guys what we ended up with here. And here I've got my calamari rings, or squid rings. And if you have the whole squid or the whole calamari with the tentacles and everything, you can rock that, certainly nothing wrong with that. And I washed it and I drained it for the most part there. They're leftovers from the last recipe I did. If you haven't seen that recipe yet, that one is pepper calamari, as we do it in the Caribbean. I'm gonna go in with a good whack, maybe about a tablespoon of that black peppercorn, Sichuan peppercorn salt mixture. Give that a good mix, like so, and let that sit aside for about a minute or two. Nothing too spectacular. We ain't trying to use up the entire day with this. And as we did with the previous calamari recipe, I have a combination of cornstarch and all-purpose flour, so 1/4 cup of each. If you don't have cornstarch or corn flour, you can use rice flour. That helps as well too. But you want to give that a good little mix. And after you've done that little mix there, you would grab the seasoned calamari and just work it in there like so. Shake off the excess, and straight into your hot vegetable oil. And the one tip I will give you here is, well, 2 tips. Try not to crowd the pan too much, and try to dust out the extra flour/cornstarch as you add it to the hot oil. It won't take long. Just gonna give that a little stir, like so. Try your best not to overcook it, because then it's gonna go chewy. Goal is not to overcook it, so just gonna fish those out, drippity drip, onto my paper towel lined plates. If you want to put it on a wire rack, as we discussed in the last video, you can certainly do that. And I'm just gonna fry off the rest of it. I've got a 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil in my saucepan here. It's on a medium-low heat. I like using olive oil versus the last recipe we shared. I took the oil we fried, I took 2 tablespoons of oil, we fried the calamari in, and I used that. But this time we're using olive oil. Let's love the flavor it brings to the game. 2 scallions, 3 cloves of garlic, rough chopped, everything rough chopped. And again, all we're trying to do here is sort of flavor the oil. Now I've got these Thai chilies, or bird's eye chili, or what we call bird pepper in the Caribbean. And for the most part, all of them is whole. But 2 of them, what I did was, and I'll show you, I made a cut all the way down because I want to release some of that heat. So the uncut ones, we're going to get the flavors from the oils from the skin, and the cut one we're gonna get that fire, that Caribbean sunshine, that iriness. Just give that a little stir like that. I'm gonna give that 2 minutes, nothing more than 2 minutes, because I don't want to burn the garlic and I just want to flavor everything as I said. Then it is time for Mr. and Mrs. Calamari to make an appearance back in the pot, and that's going to pick up all those garlic notes, the scallion notes, that bird's eye pepper or bird pepper. Just want to give that a quick toss, nothing too spectacular, and that is the word I've been using quite often lately, spectacular, because I'm dropping it spectacular time and time again, and I hope you guys recognize that. Alright, anyhow, 2 minutes and we're all done. Yeah, it's simple like that, man. Sup, soldiers? Listen, if you enjoy this recipe, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and click that bell notification thing. If you've made the recipe, take a picture and send it to me, email address down here. I mean, trying to tell people the email address, them butts will take the address and do all kind of thing with it. And tag me on Instagram at Caribbean Pot. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being in my kitchen with me today. Irie? Irie. And we're just going to put it onto the serving plate or platter or whatever it is that you're serving it on. Remember to get all that garlic and all that stuff out of that pot. And in the last recipe, I don't know if you guys noticed, we went in with lemon juice. This time, may I recommend a bit of lime juice. That lime juice and that Sichuan peppercorn thing. Boy, oh boy, that thing works incredible. Final little thing, a bit more of that black pepper, Sichuan peppercorn, and salt mixture. The extra that you have, store it in an airtight container, and that will be good for all your fried chicken and all them different fried recipes that you do. Chrissy at CaribbeanPot.com. Always a pleasure having you guys here in the kitchen with me. Until next time, yeah? Until next time. I ran out of words there. I just wanted to give you guys a little close-up kind of thing there. The camera doing what you want today, boy.